Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 24 of the Simply One podcast. I'm your host, Colin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Chris.
How we doing, everybody?
We're just a couple of best friends who are passionate about all things pop culture. If you're looking for lukewarm takes on movies, video games, TV shows, or even the occasional comic, then we've got the show for you. And this week, here. I got a little feedback, by the by, for you.
Lay it on me.
Somebody said that you're their favorite part. Honestly, they did say that. They like you more than me, but they absolutely despise when you yawn.
Oh,
they were like, if he yawns again, I'll start editing it out. And I was like, oh shit, all right. So if you yawn in the middle of this, you're probably off the show. I gotta tell you.
I can't help it. I'm sleepy.
We'll figure out the mute button then. Mute your yawns.
I mean, typically I get home from work and we'll record. So, I'm decompressing half the time. Yeah, fucking course I'm gonna yawn.
Yeah, you want to go to a fucking show though, and see a live show, and somebody's like, "Oh man, this has been a long day." Yeah. No, they didn't fucking roll up for that.
All right.
But keep in mind, they did say they liked you more than me. But
I'm flattered. Thank you.
But also, they were so angry about the yawning that might not matter. I was like, well, I'll pass it along.
They're fuming.
Yeah. This week we're going to do one of our quote-unquote topic episodes, since there's not a lot of full-on newly released content lately. At least nothing that's like, oh, fuck, we got to get in on that. We've got to talk about that. We got to see that, I will also address, I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold, so my voice might start to go on me. I'll do my best.
I want to just state for the record that I am completely naked except for socks.
Those are the most important clothes, honestly. So,
yeah.
If you have those, honestly, you could get by with
anything.
Shoes and a shirt, and you can go into any store. No shoes, no shirt, no service. Oh, well, yeah. He doesn't say anything about having your dick and balls out. Just in the deli aisle. Just hanging brain amongst the produce,
Just fucking chilling by the ground beef.
It's the only thing on the ground, Ground beef was my nickname in high school. It's because I'm short.
Ground beef?
Alright, well, there might be a little gap in the conversation there. The recording cut out, and we're not sure where. So, I believe it was in the middle of talking about our topic for the week. So, we're looking at some of the highest grossing films of each decade, and discussing the cultural impacts that they've had on current pop culture, and or if it even does, some of the movies I'm like, I don't know that really plays into today too much. And then there's some decades where it might be a packed decade, and we might have to look at more than one movie and go, well, shit, that was a good decade for movies. And then there's some that really play into today still, where there's several films in a single decade that impact us today. But basically, I guess the question we're looking at is, do money-making movies actually matter as far as in the long term, or is it just cheddar,
That is the question. Cheddar
to
or
be,
not cheddar? Yeah, to be
to cheese
or
not to cheese. Before we get into all that, we've got to discuss the premiere weekend results. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The choices that Warner Brothers is currently weighing for The Flash. The next project from Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan. What? And we got a bit more info on the Ghost of Tsushima movie.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Being a thing, even, right?
Yeah.
Apparently
we talked about that forever ago.
Yeah, when we talked about the fact that Amazon's got something of a God of War series coming on. We talked about all those projects, but yeah, apparently there was a little bit of news that came out last year that I didn't even catch that I'm kind of excited about. So let's get into that. You ready?
Let's dive right in.
Just jump on in. Let's yump, So, right off the bat, hump? Huh? Pump? Lil Pump? Prey has not a sponsor. Prey has apparently set the record for film premiere viewership on Hulu, Disney Plus, and Star Plus, both of which are alternatives for countries that don't have Hulu. Disney doesn't report exact numbers, which from what I was looking at, isn't a unique issue for them. It's just a streaming thing, where Netflix really is the only major one to announce their official streaming hours, and even those are under pretty specific parameters, probably to make it look better, But it set all kinds of records. Apparently, it's the most viewed film debut on any of their platforms. So, looking at some of the Disney movies that have premiered on Disney Plus, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
For them to just straight up be like, because like that includes some of the. Now, I guess, granted, it was free outside of the subscription, right? Whereas some of the Disney Plus movies that premiere day and date are like you pay the $30 or whatever, and you can watch it however many times.
Oh, word.
But so box offices obviously report sales, and third parties can kind of calculate actual numbers of viewers. Where streaming, it doesn't really do that. So all we can take is that Disney's going, this movie did really fucking good, and so okay, that's good,
Yeah.
But yeah, looking at the way streaming's going, I do honestly think like I wouldn't be surprised if something is created, like a third party that can look at actual specific viewership numbers and go, here's how many views this movie had.
Right.
But yeah, so I think it's a movie that deserves it, and I'm hoping that maybe it's revitalized, the franchise a little bit, and we might get an actual theatrical release of, if there is another Predator movie, get a theatrical release of it. That'd be pretty cool.
I agree. It was just too fucking good of a movie.
Yeah. I think they made the right call putting it to streaming, because The Predator from like 2018 or 2017 was not good at all and really kind of hurt the franchise. And I don't think this would have had a successful opening weekend if people had to go to the movies and pay to see a new Predator movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
whereas now that this has been out,
Right, doing some groundwork, backing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now if they release another one, I would, I'd be more likely to go see it in theater, watching the one that they just released.
Yeah, exactly. But, we're going to try and get serious for a second here, because we do have to talk about Warner Brothers, Ezra Miller, and The Flash, okay?
Okay.
If my voice starts to give out on me, I can add drama by sounding like I'm getting choked up. So Warner Brothers is apparently weighing their options for the Flash release. Mm-hmm. Like, after we talked last week, like a day or two later, this literally came out, and it's basically the Hollywood Reporter's got a bunch of sources either within Warner Brothers or really close to DC. But basically, obviously, last week I simply just read out the headline about Ezra's felony burglary charges in Vermont. But now apparently the Vermont Children's Services are allegedly looking for a mother and her 3 children who've been residing at Miller's farm in Vermont.
Oh my god.
I know. And so sources inside Warner Brothers have said that the company has basically 3 paths prepared going forward, and sort of like in the order of their desirability, I guess. They go like this. Okay, so the first path, the most thing that, the thing they would most like to do is that apparently Ezra's mother has been with them for the past few days. After like the burglary charges and things like that, somehow either mom found them or mom was called in or whatever. But either way, mom's been with Ezra, and it's looking like the actor could be getting professional help here soon. Mm-hmm. And so their hope is that all that goes well, and they could actually have a limited press tour where they discuss some of their recent behavior and basically kind of play damage control and almost use. And from a marketing standpoint, it sounds cynical, but they could use like the Ezra Miller comeback story as marketing for the Flash, right?
Sure.
Ezra went through a really public, mental breakdown or whatever, and look, we're coming out on the other side with this movie. It's going to be a game changer or whatever.
Right.
It's the Robert Downey Jr. moment, right?
Yeah.
Step 2 would be, if that's not going well, they would still go forward with the release of the film, but pretty much have Miller play little to no role in the press, and then be recasted following the release.
Yep.
Which I think is probably the most likely to happen, just looking at how things are going.
Sure.
And then the third, obviously, worst case scenario would be if the situation were to break down further, the film would be scrapped entirely. Now, it's a $200 million budget, which would make that move unprecedented to just go, we're not going to release this $200 million movie. And so I wonder how much further things would have to devolve for them to be like, yep, we're just not going to release this thing. Because that's a lot of money. You got to make that money back,
Right.
Once you start putting that much money into it, you're like, okay, well, we've got to get something back from it. It's going to be a loss either way, maybe, but maybe we can put it out and make some of that money back. I would be really surprised if they completely shelve the thing. So, because apparently, Ezra Miller plays several characters in The Flash where there's like variants and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so it's like impossible to reshoot. And like with a new actor, because you'd basically just be refilming the whole thing.
Right.
And so it's a case of we can't do anything with this movie other than release it or not release it. So
yeah.
But that's the first we've really heard of like legitimate. Here's their plans. There's their paths
the GP.
forward. Yeah, and so it's interesting to see that like obviously everybody's kind of under the impression of like all right, well, the old leadership of DC and Warner Brothers ditched or not DC but just Warner Brothers ditched Johnny Depp like a hot rock,
Quick.
But then again, that was a character that they could just recast. It wasn't like the main character of the movie with several roles.
Sure.
But, yeah. And this is new leadership, so. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. It is nice to hear that, like, Mom's there, and maybe that's a strong figure that can kind of help steer things back in a productive direction and kind of help ground Ezra,
Yeah, which is ultimately what we want.
Yeah, you want Ezra to be okay. You hate to see someone spiral like that and then it end poorly,
Right.
But yeah, you got any questions or thoughts on that? I did a little bit of reading on that just to try and stay informed.
Yeah, it just sounds like a sticky situation altogether.
Yeah.
So I'm sure whichever way they tend to lean, either or just sounds like a decision that should probably be made
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, if they scrap the movie, I don't know, man. I feel like that's going to be a tough blow because they did with
Batgirl.
Batgirl now, Flash.
Yeah,
they're
already eating some money to try and restructure and focus up.
So
and then again, like we talked, apparently this is like a really solid movie for them. So they're probably really, really hoping that things can come together for them.
Yeah, because
from a monetary standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You said there was a.
Oh yeah, there's a part of me that, I look at Batgirl being canceled, and then now everything going on with Ezra Miller. There's a part of me that's like if they just scrapped this movie entirely for no abundant reason other than they didn't think it was good.
Yeah.
That this movie ought to be really fucking good.
Yeah, because, exactly.
Some of the things that happen are very unfortunate. Everything that's been going on, the burglary, but I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a tricky situation. I think they'll do what's best.
Yeah. And I didn't put this in because it was kind of basically a couple sentences of a story, so I didn't write it out. But apparently, some of the info from like the DC news and things like that is that the Batman 2 or the Batman sequel is not officially greenlit yet. Like they talked about it at was that at the Fandom or was that at Comic-Con? No, it wasn't at Comic-Con. It was at CinemaCon. That's what it was.
That's took it right out of my mouth.
And like, is there
an echo in here?
But no, yeah. So apparently DC and Warner Brothers or Discovery and Warner Brothers are not like officially haven't greenlit that yet. So that's weird that it's in flux. And then apparently the Joker has like triple the budget of the original. So
it made a lot of money.
Yeah, it made $1 billion off of like a $60 or $80 million R-rated film, which is unheard of. So that's some Deadpool shit. But
it was gas. Welcome back to Gas or Pass. Gas.
It was about as deep as a baby pool.
Well, it made $1 billion. So
that's true. Well, like we're getting ready to talk about, money may not matter.
It's true.
So yeah, it's being reported that Vince Gilligan, the Breaking Bad creator, is prepared to shop his next series around the industry. So, basically shopping it from channel to channel or, streaming service to streaming service, however it goes. And sources are saying that the series has nothing to do with the world of Breaking Bad, and he's kind of come out and said that he's pretty much done with that world. He doesn't want to keep filling it up,
Which, in my honest opinion, I think is okay. Because,
we have definitely
Better Call Saul, which I still need to catch up on. I'm really behind on that.
I need to finish it.
But like we have
its
Breaking
final episode's
Bad.
Coming out this week, actually.
That's it's coming up here soon. But Breaking Bad has an excellent storyline, and then we get the
even El Camino.
Of I was gonna say the sequel of El Camino kind of wraps up where it left off with Breaking Bad, and then Better Call Saul we get to see a little bit of before, during, and after. So I feel like having those three separate things, just fills up any gaps, holes, anything like that could have been in Breaking
And
Bad.
unfortunately, they're at a spot as well with like Better Call Saul, where some of the more interesting characters, the actors are just too old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or their fates are already sealed. We're like, you could only tell me an early story of Mike. You can only tell me about Mike as a cop because I know everything else now. Up until his death. Spoiler alert for a 10-year-old show almost. And then Gus is the same way.
Put your dick away, Walter.
I'm not having sex with you right now, Walter.
That's my favorite fucking meme.
Oh, man. But no, so apparently, like I said, nothing to do with Breaking Bad, but it is instead going to lean more into his roots as an X-Files writer, because he got his major television writing on X-Files. Mm-hmm. And most of the X-Files episodes that he wrote were not the heavy sci-fi episodes. They were more like the human condition episodes.
Sure.
Which I think could kind of make sense. But it's being compared to X-Files even. The people that have read it are like, yeah, this is it. It's going to be more like his human-centric X-Files episodes. Or even the Twilight Zone, some people have compared it to, apparently.
I fucking love the Twilight Zone, so that makes me very excited.
And I love the X-Files. It's said to be set, Gilligan's little quote was that it's said to be set within our world, but with a little tweak to it. And it's expected to bring his signature tone of drama mixed with humor. And sure. Gilligan, apparently, he pictures it carrying out over a few seasons with an overarching plot. So it is going to be somewhat of a serial as opposed to like anthology style, like Twilight Zone.
Sure.
But yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see. I hope a weird part of me hopes it doesn't get picked up by AMC. Where I want to see maybe like an HBO or something like that, where he can be a little bit more mature, a bit more adult, if that's what he wants to do. Because even though there's apparently HBO turned down Breaking Bad, and so now I could definitely see HBO being like, oh well, now we fucked up once.
My fault.
That's my bad. Pimp. Let me snag that. But so I'm just kind of excited to see what he does, because obviously he does good work. I've got a lot of faith in the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to see whatever he does next. It
just got me thinking about El Camino.
I know.
Like it leaves you. Okay. Yeah, it leaves you in a spot. Yeah, where it's like you. Well, I know, and we talked about this when we watched it. Where it leaves you wanting more, but you are satisfied. You're
satisfied. Yeah, you want more in a good way.
Yeah.
You're not like, but then what? But you're just like, just show me more of that. Like, it's so satisfying to see Jesse be okay and be safe and be relatively happy, all things considered.
Right.
But
my man's went through it.
I got a few pieces of news within the same little news article for you, kid. All right,
ready? Hit me with it.
So, Chad Stahelski, you know that name by name, right?
No.
Because you should. He's the director of the John Wick franchise, bitch.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I do, actually.
So, he, did I say Stahelski or Stahensky?
Stahelski.
Good, because that's what his name is. So, he's directing Ghost of Tsushima. Calm. And apparently that's not news. It was news to me. But apparently we found that out like last year, but I missed that. So
word.
Yeah. So I was like, word? Like, oh shit.
Huh? I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know, maybe I'm premature about it right now, but Ghost of Tsushima and John Wick,
because premature.
I am very pre-cum on the reel. Also, side note, the socks are off.
Oh,
like
no.
Yeah, I'm completely naked, but
is that like when the gloves are off?
The
socks
gloves
are off. It's getting real
socks
now.
Are off. I'm just in the buff. I don't know, like, because the same actor also made Nobody, which was a good film, but it was very John Wick.
I think he was a producer.
I see. Okay.
On that.
Then that changes things. I was just gonna say, Ghost of Tsushima and John Wick are very different.
Yeah, but he does have a lot to say here, so he might win you over.
Yeah, so read it to me, yeah.
So yeah, you spoke to Collider here, and he kind of talked about his passions and inspirations, and he brought up Akira Kurosawa as one of his top 5 influential directors on his career.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to say how he really hopes that those influences carry over with him heavily into the Ghost of Tsushima adaptation, which I like because Kurosawa very obviously inspired Ghost, seeing as there's literally a Kurosawa mode in the game.
Mm-hmm. Which I played, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. And so I like that he's already kind of aligned there. And he discussed how his core desire is to make this film as true as he can, which for him included the film being filmed in Japan with Japanese actors in the Japanese language. And he said that he's already expressed all of that to Sony, and they're very prepared to back him up on that.
Good.
And he said that he thinks viewers are more prepared now to watch an Asian-led film with subtitles after seeing like the success of Squid Game on Netflix, and then just the fact that Parasite won Best Picture he talked about. And so just the idea that it's becoming more mainstream to watch a quote-unquote foreign language film for an English speaker, right? And that it's okay with the way like streaming goes and things like that. People are more exposed to other parts of the world's films. And he thinks it would actually, he hopes, I think the way he phrased it was basically, he's going to do everything he can to make sure that every other piece of the film sells somebody on the idea of seeing a movie with subtitles.
Have you seen, it's a show on Netflix. It has a lot of the same actors and actresses from Squid Games, and it's called The Silent Sea.
No, huh?
Yeah, let me pull up this synopsis. Because I haven't finished it, but I think it is really, really good. Let's see.
Here, will you pull that up? I'll finish this off real quick here.
Yeah.
Stahelski, he said that the production team of the film is working really closely with the game dev studio on this project to try and stay as close and as true to things that made the game what it is, and try and find the heart and, obviously the overlap between the video game and what a movie would look like. Because obviously there's some things that, gameplay doesn't necessarily translate to a viewing experience since it's a passive act as opposed to engaging with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he sounds educated enough on like the differences between the mediums of games and movies to kind of know how to lean on the game developers and lean on his production studio.
Which is good because, in a lot of video game adaptations into movies, that is kind of a weak point where it's just not good.
Yeah.
So now that, they're understanding, like, okay, there's certain things, we have to add, you can't quite add, anything like that. That sounds reassuring.
Yeah.
But I have everything pulled up here for The Silent Sea. So it just says, it's in an apocalyptic world.
Is it sea as in a body of water or the letter?
Correct. Sea as in body of water. The Silent Sea. In an apocalyptic world without water, a team is sent out to an abandoned research station on the moon to retrieve samples of what was left behind. And then it goes on, it does say the spoiler of it, which kind of sucks because I haven't fucking finished it. So that just got spoiled for me.
Rough.
But basically where I started,
We'll cut it out. What's the spoiler?
I just closed it.
Okay. No, you're good.
Oh, I got it right here, baby.
So,
it looks like...
Is he the lead from Squid Game?
So that's the thing. There's a bunch of leads. It's not that actor.
Uh-huh.
But it's the... I'm blanking on his name. He's the antagonist, the guy who does everybody dirty and gets with that girl and she ends up...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
the weird, like, tatted guy who's like a gangster.
Yeah. He plays a big role in it.
Fucking the crazy chick.
I mean, she gets him. Got him.
Yeah, she does.
But I mean, from what I've seen, very, very, very good, and I'm excited to finish that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only seen like a little bit of the first episode, but I really do need to finish it.
We kind of moved through the news a little bit quick there. I mean, I guess not, about 20 minutes. But I'm ready to talk about some of these Decades films. What are you thinking?
Yeah, lay it on me. I'm completely blind to everything that you're about to say, so you're going to get my genuine reaction.
And I was looking at them. I think you have probably seen all of these, or at least know what they are.
Cool.
Because I was worried that, like, in the 60s, we'd have a weird one where I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I feel like we're both pretty...
versed in film.
Yeah, like we're always open to see films, whether it's either an old film or a new film.
And it helps that we're looking at the highest grossing, so it's like, here's the movie from that decade
it's gonna be more
that most people saw. Yeah.
Right.
So I started with the 60s, just because that seemed like a nice arbitrary year or decade.
Mm-hmm.
I almost went 50s, but I decided against it. So, starting with the 1960s, the highest grossing film was The Sound of Music,
Never heard
and
of
it's Sound of Music. What's
Sound. I don't know.
No, nothing. And poetically enough, it came out in '65, so smack dab middle of the decade.
Right in the middle.
Made $72 million. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so what makes this... What impact did this have today? Because I'm sure it did, other than like, oh, I watched it in music class. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Julie Andrews, she was Mary Poppins, right? But she was Mary Poppins actually the year prior to this.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, she had a good couple years in a row there. But you figure Julie Andrews was in The Princess Diaries in the early 2000s. She's the queen. And then just in general, I think most of your modern cinematic musicals, like Mamma Mia, La La Land, Les Mis, Greatest Showman, things like that release in the cinema, probably don't happen if you don't have The Sound of Music being so successful.
Absolutely.
Where they're like, obviously we can release a musical in theaters and it do well. Because people kind of think of the stage when they think of a musical. And then, for example, I talked about the fact that The Joker 2 is reportedly going to be a musical. So it's bleeding into other genres. Did I lose you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Yep.
Okay, there you go. I was just going to say, no, I mean, The Sound of Music, granted, yes, I first watched it in school, but then, I watched it again outside of school. And it is very, touching, and there are those serious moments in it, but, I mean, I think it's a phenomenal film.
Yeah. I mean, even the song, the doe, a deer, a female deer, is like, that's one of the early songs they teach kids in music class.
Mm-hmm. My first thought was I'm 16, going on
17, baby, you're on your way. So I did write down some of the other big films from the 60s just because I was like, oh wow, there was more than I thought. Another musical was The West Side Story, which literally just got a remake from Steven Spielberg, so there's an obvious one for you there.
Sure.
But then, like I said, Mary Poppins, The Graduate, which is I don't know Mrs. Johnson with or Mrs. Robinson, but I can't think of the actor's name. Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, it's like kind of a pretty sexual film for the 60s, where he's just graduated either high school or just graduated college, and he's having sex with an older woman, having an affair with her. But Spartacus came out in 1960, so I kind of think that's one of the last really big, what do you call it, sword and sandal films.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just that's what they call them, sword and sandal dramas.
I know, but for whatever reason, you said that, and it unlocked a memory of a game I used to play on my school laptop back in the 8th grade called Sword and Sandals 3, and it was free to play, and I mean, it was just the shit. I mean, I would be grinding on this game until 3 a.m.
Just getting in there.
Dude, it's the best. I mean, if people know that game, you know what's up. You know what I'm talking about. That
game hit me up. You know where to find me.
Yeah, you know where to find me. But that game was it.
All right, the fucking 70s guy. You want to take a stab at it?
70s.
You'll kick yourself in the teeth if you don't guess it.
No, what was it, Star Trek or something like that? I don't know, a bunch of space shit. Star Wars. The first one came out in 72? 79?
I like the 72? 79.
No, well, I'm trying to think. I remember I saw it in a magazine that I bought.
77.
77.
But I just how wide was it? Did it come out in 1970 or 1979? somewhere in the middle there, right?
It's somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. It was in the 70s. I know that.
And I remember reading it and going really? I didn't think that came out in the 70s, but I couldn't remember if it was early or if it was later, but 77.
So there's already a massive jump between, I figure, granted, it's been 12 years, but so The Sound of Music, like I said, was 72 million. This was 221.2 million.
Bingo.
And my notes, I just straight up said, doesn't really need much explanation. Obviously, the new movies and shows are directly resulting from that. But on a bigger scale, Industrial Light and Magic, the video production, the VFX,
absolutely,
that made that movie, still does a shit ton of visual effects all across Hollywood and television, and not just for Disney-owned companies. They license it out. And then obviously something like Guardians of the Galaxy is heavily inspired by the original Star Wars films. But yeah, the biggest one that jumped out at me was Industrial Light and Magic, where I was like, yeah, that doesn't You don't think about it at first, but yeah, they're everywhere.
Absolutely.
And the 70s were pretty packed. I'm just gonna blow through the top 10, and then we'll stop and go. Fuck, that was a lot.
You said you're gonna blow me?
I'm gonna blow the top 10 here. Star Wars, Superman, The Godfather, Jaws, Grease, Smokey and the Bandit, Animal House, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Kramer versus Kramer, and then Enter the Dragon, which was the last Bruce Lee film completed by him.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Dude, that's a banger.
I haven't even heard of that movie in...
I haven't even heard of that movie. I was like, what?
Never even heard... No, I know Smokey and the Bandit.
I'm in a high-speed pursuit.
I'm in a high-speed pursuit.
Yeah, I'm Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
That was so good.
I know it. Daddy, my hat blew off. I wish to hell your head was in it. His dad's so fucking mean to him.
Yeah.
Calls him a worthless pile of monkey nuts at one point.
Yeah. I'll have to rewatch that.
And what a banger of a theme song.
Theme song?
Yeah. Load it up and chucking. They're gonna do what they say can't be done. They got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Yeah.
No, that one's not clicking. The first thing that clicked was what was it? The truck driver. He's like, "This is a snowman."
Yeah. And his dog, his basset hound in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
No, and Superman was the number 2 film of the decade, right? And I kind of told you off air when you got home that Kevin Feige himself talked about the fact that Superman was a massive, massive inspiration and influence on him as like a working in film. So it's arguable that the MCU doesn't exist, or at least not in this, the one that we have, without Superman happening. Just the idea of a superhero film in general. Yeah. Obviously, The Godfather. Excuse me, I just belched directly into the mic. It was oh god, it won't stop.
Oh.
As I opened my mouth to speak, just belched.
Call an ambulance.
But not for me.
But not for me.
Jaws, duh, hello. Yeah. Nope just came out like a couple weeks ago and was very inspired by Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
The summer blockbuster is because of Jaws. People are afraid of sharks because of Jaws.
I saw something, and I'm not sure where it was or when it was, but I got a little bit of FOMO that I didn't go, but somebody set up this huge...
You're so hip.
I know, I'm so hip.
FOMO.
I'm hip, I'm cool. I'm peeing in the pool. But it was this huge inflatable screen, and they got a projector.
Ah, yeah,
and it was just like either on the ocean or on a lake, but they played Jaws. And people were out on the tubes and just watching. I was like, dude, that would have been the tits to see.
I'm getting naked. Hold on.
Whoa. Whoa.
All right.
Hi, welcome back to the Simply Naked podcast. I'm your host, Chris.
Yeah. Well, it's still simply whelming,
Yeah, no, you're not.
Just us two naked. That is underwhelming.
Coming home from work all fucking sweaty, sitting in my chair,
just clammy and hairy and stinking.
Hear me wheezing back here.
Every time you move, I just hear your flesh separate from the chair. Just sounds like Velcro. The 1980s, we got E.T. the Extraterrestrial. So you got Spielberg back-to-back, 2-decade champion there.
He's the two-time.
He's the two-time. $792 million.
Bingo.
So, or I'm a liar. Sorry, I said Spielberg. Lucas was Star Wars. Sorry. I got to think about Jaws.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I was picking up what you're putting down.
You were smelling what The Rock was cooking. Not a sponsor. Probably wouldn't have Baby Yoda, honestly, I don't think, if we didn't have E.T. Just that idea of like an animatronic, kind of partner. And it's a pretty, the fact that it's a main character as well.
Well, also, I was going to say, like, the whole idea of, like, this ugly but cute character.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, there's something redeeming about its ugliness.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a fine line to walk of being like, that thing's fugly, but also kind of cute.
That's what a lot of
I
women
walk
say
that
about
line
me.
every day. Like that we both are like, oh, I'm kind of ugly,
We're
but
on
kind of
it.
cute.
Yeah.
And then the other one that jumped out at me was Stranger Things. It's obviously pretty inspired by E.T. with 11 being kind of the character there. And obviously Stranger
What,
Things is a
ugly but
fucking
kind of cute?
phenomenon. No. Just
Yeah, that's kind of ruthless, man.
the quote-unquote alien creature. Obviously she's not an alien, but that in 1980s kids discover the thing, right, and try and get it home or help it. Save it from the researchers.
Yeah.
The 80s, again, were just fucking filled to the lips with movies.
I mean, yeah.
So you got fucking E.T., Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade,
Yep.
Batman, Rain Man, Back to the Future Part 2,
Yep.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Oh,
Look Who's Talking. It's just cracks me up that Look Who's Talking is mixed in there. Fucking John Travolta is in that, and you got Bruce Willis voicing a baby. Coming to America, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, fucking Crocodile Dundee 2 closing out the top 10 strong. Now that's a knife, you know?
That's a knife.
But yeah, you got, I mean, there's some bangers in there, like Batman, come on. Fucking, come on. Fucking, come on! Sorry.
Well, I'm here. I'm here.
with you. And then Coming to America, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, that is the first on-screen appearance of Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, what?
He robs the fast food joint in Coming to America. So obviously, there's some pretty heavy influence there. But yeah, Back to the Future, come on. Fucking Indiana Jones, jeez, come on, fuck. Like
these are candy from a baby.
And I was trying to scroll through here. I was really surprised that Empire Strikes Back isn't in the top 10.
That's what I was thinking. I was just gonna say
it's fucking 20. It's 20.
That doesn't seem right.
No, but then I got thinking about it. There were quite a few like money makers in the 80s here. They're all sitting around that 200 million mark in this top 50.
What all movies came out the same year of Empire Strikes Back?
Well, hold on, let's look here. Empire Strikes Back came out in 80 on the dot. So it barely scoots in there. But also, I pointed out to my wife, because I was reading this out to her, my wife, fucking more people went to episode 6 because the cliffhanger from episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then they watched it at home on video, on rental VHS, things like that, and then we're like, fuck, we gotta go.
We gotta go see it.
Go see the how this turns out, you know. And so, yeah, it makes sense that the second one, or the follow-up to that would make more money.
God, what a time to be alive to be able to sit there and, like, all those movies from the 80s, see those in theater, like, when they released.
Well, and then I was thinking about it, like, Ghostbusters was in 84.
Oh, shit.
Fucking Ghostbusters 2, which is not as good. Fight Me. Fucking Lethal Weapon. I don't care who you are. Those are good movies. Top Gun? Fuck! Sorry, just kidding.
The son of a bitch! Start hearing you slam all this shit off your desk.
Fuck! Die Hard came out in fucking 88. Christ on a bike. Gandhi? Oh, what? Just...
Gone.
Yeah. Oh my. Fuck. Rocky. You got.
Yeah, I can hear you getting sweaty over there. Calm down.
Just sounds like a faucet running.
You got the meat sweats.
Oh damn. I got dogs around me and shit. I gotta get my drawers off. Give me a second.
Oh my god. I hear you moving your armchairs.
Ah, damn. This thing's so stuck on me, I'm probably gonna have bed sores.
Ew.
I forgot, Morgan forgot to come in and flip me, Oh, God.
You did just say Morgan's name.
Yeah, well, she's gonna be in next week's episode, so.
We'll cut that part out.
Why?
We'll just introduce her tomorrow. Well, next week.
No. I'm tying her in at the end.
We're tying her in.
Yeah, we're tying her up. No, that comes later.
Well, Well,
Sorry.
easy, no.
9. Nope, pass. All right, the 90s. You got any more for the 80s? We're
Yeah.
like plowing through these. We got to slow down.
Well, I was gonna say, when was the second Indiana Jones made?
Pull it up here. Let's see. So we've got Temple of Doom in 84.
Mm-hmm.
Last Crusade is there in 89. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Raiders of the Lost Ark is 81. So yeah, it goes Raiders, Temple of Doom, and then Last Crusade. That is bizarre that Raiders of the Lost Ark made more money than Temple of Doom. So its sequel did worse than the first one. And then Last Crusade was like the second highest grossing film of the 80s.
I thought Temple of Doom was really fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought all the
heart out of his chest.
I thought all the Indiana Joneses were really, really good.
I did too. And then Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Come on. Fucking Jessica
That's
Rabbit.
where I was literally just gonna say I know for a fact.
How many first nuts were busted to Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
To this day! To this day!
Just start losing it.
She's got a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
In my loins.
Oh, well. She's got a special part on my body. Dead Poets Society. You know, that's a sad ass movie.
That's really good.
Got old Robin Williams. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Come on. Spoiler alert, main character fucking shoots himself because his dad don't like him being in musicals.
Yeah, that's a sad movie.
I say we leave the silence. It's just crickets where we're like, ooh. A Little Mermaid. That's a big one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the fucking 80s? Cocktail? Come on. You got fucking Tom Cruise making mixed drinks? Fuck. Come on. 3 men and a baby? Tom Selleck with his mustache and a kid? My God. The Gremlins? Dude. Again.
Dude.
Again. You don't get Baby Yoda without the Gremlins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Big? Tom Hanks gets to play a kid, and there's weird sexual undertones where he has sex with that kid or that lady, but he's a kid still. But he's Tom Hanks big. It's weird.
It's
a weird thing that you don't think about too long, or it gets illegal. And the Karate Kid. Come on, fuck, dude. The Karate Kid. Sweep the leg, Mr. Lawrence.
Yep.
You have a problem with that? No, sensei. Yeah. Figure to this day, I scream. Put him in a body bag when we're at sporting events.
Put him in a body bag. Apparently, oh shit, what's the Netflix show that they just made about?
Oh, so Cobra Kai. Apparently that's gas.
Yeah, that's because it was real quiet when it first came out.
Well, because it first came out on YouTube, like when YouTube Red was doing that, like doing shows and trying to get into there, and then it got picked up by Netflix. And once Netflix picked it up, everybody was like, "Dude, you guys got to get in on this. This shit's gas." Like.
Yeah, I gotta start on that.
I know. My mother-in-law eats that shit up.
I have a never-ending list of just shows I need to watch.
Fuck, dude, I'm just thinking about like all these goddamn movies. Come on, fucking Crocodile Dundee, Fish Called Wanda, fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Come on,
dude.
Beverly Hills Cop. Fuck. Shit. Good Morning Vietnam.
Fuck.
Just reading movies and going, fuck. Come on. We just literally look at the top 50 from every decade and going gas or pass.
It's just gonna be nonstop gas.
Gas, like Rain Man, gas.
Like
Dustin
we're gonna
Hoffman
have a full
counting
fucking
the
tank.
Toothpicks. Yeah, we're gonna blow up because there's too much gas.
Just too much gas.
Call the fire department. There must be a gas leak. Because there's just so much gas. No, but for real, we got to look at the 90s. Titanic, baby. $1.843 billion buckaroons.
Billy.
If I am correct, and I've been known to be correct, that is the first movie to cross $1 billion, and it damn near got to 2.
And
that's
Leonardo
intense.
DiCaprio didn't win any awards for it.
Nope. Pearl Harbor comes out in 2006, right? That's definitely because Titanic happened. That was fucking. Oh god, I just lost his name. What's his fucking name? Director makes the Transformers movies, makes shit blow up.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, yeah. Michael Bay was like, this will be my Titanic. And I gotta tell you, the actual Pearl Harbor attack scene goes on for like 45 minutes. It's so good, though.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. jumping up on that anti-aircraft gun? Yeah, come on. Give me more of that. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fuck. Gas or pass?
Gas.
Oh, man, I've got sweat, like, in places I didn't even know I had pores that sweat.
Oh, my.
It's like a sauna.
Your teeth are sweating?
Yeah, I'm just... I would argue that some of the modern romance films are due to the success of the Titanic.
Oh, absolutely.
Where, like, anymore you get mostly rom-coms, but I'm talking, like, the hard, dramatic romance, like The Notebook or Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby, such a good movie.
It is. And it's rare, like I said, it's rare anymore to find a straight-up romance. So I do think that the ones that we do get, again, like with The Notebook being somewhat historical as well, definitely because of the Titanic. The Titanic
what do you want?
Sank so that others could swim,
Yeah. I hated that.
You loved it. That's why you're commenting on it.
I fucking hated that.
Oh, fuck. I'm good, Bubby. Like, who are you hollering at, your dog?
Bubby?
Bubby? Yeah, I sure did. You liked it. Don't even act like you didn't. I'm gonna fuck your socks off. Are you ready for this?
They're already off, so.
They're already off. Checkmate, you know?
Yeah. Touche.
Douche. So, we got a top 50 list here. I'm gonna run through them, because again, my god, we're just gonna get so fucked up. Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Bingo. Fuck.
I'm gonna say it, But Darth Maul. But it's fucking Duel of Fates.
Yeah.
Did my fart come through?
No, I don't think so.
All right, good. It's like a sweaty ass crack on a leather seat. It's
dude.
It sounds like stools, you know? Jurassic Park? Come on, fuck.
Oh.
Independence Day? Come on. Welcome to Earth, you know? And then he punches an alien in the face.
Like, who doesn't love to see that?
So goddamn American. The Lion King?
Oh.
Like, that's... Wait a minute. How's that not number one? Forrest Gump? Fuck. Come on. Sixth Sense?
Mama said life was like a box of chocolates.
Is that... That's what I thought you were going to go for the whole quote. Lost World, Jurassic
Park? You never know
Park?
what you're going to get.
Oh. Men in Black? Come on. Will Smith.
Fuck.
Got two of them in the top 10 there? Come on. Fuck. Armageddon? There's Michael Bay.
There it is.
And Brucey Willis. And Ben Affleck. There it is. Got a doubleheader with Michael Bay there.
Fuck.
Alright, we gotta chill out.
I'm hard as a gun. Like, I gotta... You talking about all these movies.
I'm just bricked up. I don't know how it didn't crack the top. Blah, blah. I don't know how it didn't crack. Oh, God. I'm having a stroke.
I don't know how I didn't crock the top.
How it didn't crack the top 10, but Terminator 2 Judgment Day fucking came out in 91. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is like, that's my number one.
The best
Titanic.
One.
Like, it's one of the best action movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll fight everybody to the death that says otherwise. Like, you're allowed to say anything you want in America, but if you say that, get out.
Get out. Get the fuck out.
I will have none of that blasphemy. You got Ghost?
Well, I've never.
No, I never. Ghost? Come on. Patrick Swayze as the... Like, that sensual pottery scene? Come on.
Oh,
fucking...
my
my darling. As they're just fucking making pottery, and you're like, I am bricked right now at them making a pot, and I don't know why. But I don't want it to stop. Aladdin? Fucking Twister? Saving Private Ryan? Come on.
Oh, fuck. This episode is just us saying
us going fuck
over
like
and
if
over.
Like if Saving Private Ryan doesn't come out, you don't get the porn parody Shaving Ryan's Privates. So
wait.
What?
Wait. Shaving Ryan's Private. What? That's a thing?
Could be, I don't know. Mrs. Doubtfire? Fuck.
Send me
Come
the
on,
link.
fuck.
Send me the link to that.
Yeah, I'll get you. The
That's
Matrix?
the
I
thumbnail.
know, legitimately, straighten up. The Matrix? Come on. Got
The
fucking
Matrix
Keanu
is
Reeves.
gas.
Like,
Gas.
I'll tell you who did themselves dirty. Willie Smith didn't want to be in the Matrix.
Yeah,
He was
well,
supposed to be Neo. He said he
Can't win 'em
didn't
all.
get it. He didn't get it, and so he passed on it. And then he was like, "Damn!" Like,
Yeah.
ain't that about a bitch? Mission Impossible? Come on, fuck.
Come on.
Mrs. Doubtfire? Did I say that already?
Yes, you did.
Mrs. Doubtfire, though. Come on,
Gas.
come on,
Come
gas.
on.
Say it. Gas or pass?
Gas.
Gas. Tarzan, dude.
Oh, dude, that Phil
The
Collins
fucking
did not
soundtrack?
have to. I
Like-
was literally about to say Phil Collins did not have to go that fucking hard on that soundtrack.
Like, my mother bought a book of that for me that came with, like, I'm showing my age a little. Came with a cassette set of, like, the soundtrack. And you're supposed to play, like, the songs as you read the book. And it told you, like, when to flip the cassette and stuff.
You'll be mine.
Stop it. I'll cry. Stop it. Come on.
Oh.
The Bodyguard? Come on. Fucking.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Dude, The Bodyguard. So you've heard the song "My Heart Will," "I Will Always Love You"
Yeah.
by Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
The Bodyguard. She sings it in that. That's where it comes from.
Oh,
It's off
word.
the Bodyguard
Okay.
soundtrack. Like, dude, that song changed my life, and I'm not joking.
It's just a classic.
Yeah, A Bug's Life. Fuck. Come on.
Oh, dude.
Goldeneye. Boom. Right there. Modern Bond films. The modern
Hold on,
spy film.
back up. We gotta pop.
A Bug's
we
Life?
gotta pop about the Bug's Life, dude.
Oh,
Like-
hold on. Yeah, like, don't let me forget. We got Die Hard with a Vengeance.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, Bug's Life? Come on. I'm a beautiful butterfly. The caterpillar?
Dude, I mean, the little circus was just my favorite part of the entire thing. I
Yeah.
can't remember the
I was about to tell
character's
you.
name. The ladybug.
Straight up off the air story. Don't let me forget to bring up a circus, because I saw one earlier.
Okay.
Go ahead. The ladybug?
It just all those characters are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they're classics. Speed? Fuck. The Mask? Come on. You
Oh,
got fucking Jim Carrey. Cameron
Right,
Diaz,
yeah.
that's her first movie. And she's that. Oh, fuck. When she comes in out of the rain wearing that red dress. Like, I remember distinctly that my grandmother had this movie on VHS. I don't know if that's the first time but it's up there.
wait, say that again. You cut out.
Oh, sorry, yeah, probably for the best. I was talking about popping wood.
Oh, yeah,
Naturally, yeah.
yeah. Do you know the ship of Theseus?
7?
Naturally.
Come on. What's in the fucking box?
What's in the box?
No, but seriously, 7. We don't get the Batman without 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
how so?
The movie 7 heavily inspired the Batman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, come on, guy. Like the fucking
Sorry.
clues on the people as they're killed.
No, listen, man. I just
Have you
didn't
seen
know.
7?
Not in a long time.
Yeah, there you go. That's why. And Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, like, fucking dude, Brad Pitt is so good in that movie. When he straight up shoots John Doe in the forehead, and like is kind of looking around, and Morgan Freeman's kind of like, really done went and did it. Ah, damn. I'm getting sweaty looking at all these movies.
Yeah, you are.
The Fugitive? Come on.
Haven't seen it.
Just fuck. Come on. Fuck. The
Haven't
Mummy?
seen it.
Dude, have you seen the movie? Or, sorry, The Mummy? With
Uh,
Brendan Fraser?
oh yeah.
Dude. Fuck.
Gas.
Come on. That's a
Gas.
banger. Say it.
It's banging.
Ask me. Gas or pass?
Gas or pass?
It's gas. Like,
Gas.
why you even gotta ask? Pretty Woman?
Diesel.
That's straight up petroleum. Alright, the 2000s.
I have an honorable mention for the early 2000s,
Alright.
but I'll let you go ahead first.
Hold on. Yeah, so the true winner of the 2000s is Avatar. 2.713 billion. I mean, yeah, it is. Like it made the most money. It's not debatable. It made more money than whatever you're about to tell. Like, sorry, bub. It ain't a printer. It's facts, baby.
The movie I'm about to say. If you haven't seen it, it's not going to be funny. But if you have, it's going to be fucking amazing.
All right. So, obviously, we're getting a sequel after over like 10 years. 3D became like the shit to do for several years after.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then it kind of set up that precedent of like people eyeballing the box office. You know what I mean? Where you're like, fuck, it didn't beat Avatar. You know what I mean? It didn't do Avatar money.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Avatar is so fucking good.
I've talked about it before. Like, it had no impact on me.
Which I don't know, man. I thought it was so fucking cool. Like, it was just a huge breakaway, and obviously the money shows. But dude, yeah, I remember seeing that movie for the first time because I didn't see it in theaters, but I spent the night at an old friend's house that my father knew as like a work friend, and I met their kids and we hung out and we fucking watched that movie, and I just remember like being mind blown by it.
It's like, whoa, fuck.
Dude, it was it was nuts. But the movie I had was 2002 comedy action Kung Pao Enter the Fist. It did a solid 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, and then a 14% on TV Guide. But 86% of the viewers liked the movie.
Oh no.
What?
I definitely was trying to pull off a fart mic. I had to back off the fart.
You start pooping?
Well, I don't know. I didn't get that far, but I was like, that doesn't feel like it's going to be a fart mic.
Dude, Kung Pao, it's something that should never be released in today's day and age.
I mean, it wasn't.
All right. Right.
Come on, 20 years ago.
On the dot. But dude, that movie's so fucking... It's so bad it's good. And that's just the whole point.
You want me to read a list that we can just say fuck at for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King? Fuck. Come on. Fuck. $1.1 billion. Gee.
Bingo.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest? It's alright.
Oh. What? You don't like the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I didn't say I didn't like the Pirates of the Caribbean. I said Dead Man's Chest was alright.
Oh, alright. I thought you said you were just going to be reading the list that we could say fuck at, and second one on, you say it's alright, so...
Steady. The Dark Knight? Fuck, dude. Come on.
No, fuck. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a classic. That'll go down in history.
You say peacock. Nobody bats an eye.
Bats an eye. But you say
poop cock. And everybody loses their mind.
And then it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which is the first one. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
I thought the first Harry Potter was the Chamber of Secrets.
Nope, that's the second one.
Jeez. Oh, my apologies, dude. What do you want from me?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, that's the fifth one. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, that's the sixth one. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, that's the second one. And here you go. The fucking stars aligned, baby. Shrek 2.
Dude, it's
talked about it last week.
It's so fucking good. It has no right to be this fucking good.
The fucking when they're coming to save the day and they're like storming the castle and the fairy godmother is singing "I Need a Hero."
Yeah, I need a hero.
And Mongo fucking dies helping him across the.
I cried.
It's intense.
I cried.
Yeah, I cry now.
What about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
Did I read it? Did I list it off?
It
ain't in the top 10, baby.
Damn, that one's...
Yeah, that's...
Just that,
but
that
you
scene
know
with
what,
the double-decker bus was...
Yeah, but you know what just misses the mark as far as, like, it just doesn't crack the top 10, is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which I think is when they get good.
Really?
Yeah. Like...
I like Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, Goblet of Fire is the one. Like, come on. Fuck.
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Harry Potter. And Spider-Man 3, pretty divisive, but it's a banger.
Dude.
You know who?
Parker, aren't you such a Boy Scout?
I love the fucking memes of Spider-Man yanking the camera, farting, and then jumping down the manhole.
See a chump. Yeah.
Oh, Chamber of Secrets. Here you go. 14 spot.
What about Prisoner of Azkaban?
Let's see. Prisoner of Azkaban, 21.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. The Da Vinci Code? Come on. Spider-Man 2?
I saw the Da Vinci Code, I think, way too early.
Dude. Spider-Man 2.
I think...
Oh. Yeah. The Da Vinci Code. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, sure.
Spider-Man 2. Come on.
Spider-Man 2.
Dude.
That was with...
when he catches the train.
Yeah.
He's screaming and shitting his pants and ripping the suit.
Ripping his suit.
That's... Because you know he was pooping. All muscle control was losing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He definitely... When they raise him and move him throughout the train to give him
someone got a brown stamp on the face.
Yeah, someone got a fistful of shit.
Someone got coffee stains on their dress shirt, you know? Yuck. The Matrix Reloaded is alright. The best, The Matrix rapidly gets bad.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the main Matrix.
I've got a horse for a dog just staring me in the face right now. Can I help you?
You got your little helpers?
This ain't a little helper. It's a man that lives in Horse, can you fuck off? All right. 2012. That's a bad movie about a really cool disaster.
Yeah.
Transformers. I got to tell you, the first Transformers movie, don't hate it.
I'm going to come out and say it. I never really got into any Transformers.
Can I help you?
I don't. Are you talking
Is
to
that
me?
Picking up? No. Can you hear the breathing?
I heard you say, "Can I help you?"
So my dog is just head on my arm going, is there something I can do you for? Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Arguably the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. What do you think's the worst Star Wars movie? It's not The Last Jedi. I don't care what they say.
I think it'd still probably be Attack of the Clones. That one never really piqued my interest.
Either Attack of the Clones or The Rise of Skywalker.
Ooh,
I couldn't even tell you what happens in The Rise of Skywalker. It's so goddamn boring.
When it comes to the part where I don't remember the character nor the actress's name, so do forgive me, but she was riding that alien horse and they were charging.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. Why that was happening.
Oh,
no, I just didn't care. care.
Yeah, shit just happened, and then I left.
Mm-hmm.
The movie happened to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fucking The Passion of the Christ? Come on.
Never seen it.
No, it's not good.
Oh.
I mean, it might be, but it's a pretty brutal movie. It's just an epic biblical drama. Produced, directed, and co-written by Mel Gibson.
I don't know why, but when you said that, for whatever reason, I just imagined Jesus Christ in reality TV.
Nope. It is...
the fucking Kardashians.
The crucifixion, they really go in on it, and it feels like it takes too long. Where you're like, Jesus, is this... no pun intended, is this still happening? Where you're like, oh man, I get what they're going for, really play out the tragedy of it, but also if I change channels and come back and he's still on that cross screaming, I'm not having a good time.
I'm telling you, it's just the reality TV for me that's sinking in. It's just
like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's
fucking Judas, and he's
Christ.
just listen,
Jesus
listen, I know
12 disciples.
Yeah, look, Jesus is great and all. He can walk on water, that's fine. But whenever I take a fucking shower, it starts turning into wine. Makes me stink.
That's not good. What, the Kardashians meme where you should try the strawberry soda. It's really good, and then she orders I'll have a grape soda, and the music spikes up, and they all look at each other. Madagascar, Escape to Africa. Come on, I remember the fucking joke in that. Now I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Landing the plane.
Give it a kiss,
Nice
like you're
and
kissing,
easy.
yeah,
Like kissing your sister.
your sister, and then they just ram that plane into the ground.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa.
Like you're kissing your sister.
Your sister. Ratatouille. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Hancock?
Ratatouille and Hancock go hand in hand.
Yeah. Hand and cock. No.
Hand and cock.
Cock and hand. That's more like it.
You're stupid.
Yeah, I know. Without getting too graphic, whose cock? Is it the rats or is it Will Smith's?
No, it's Linguini.
It's Linguini. It's Linguini's hand. It's Will Smith. And then
hold on,
Remy,
I got it.
And hold on, and then Remy is telling Linguini how to do it well, stealing him by the hair.
Yeah, it's Linguini's hand on Will Smith's cock.
On Hancock's Johnson. And Remy's like, dude, we're so good at this. Like, fuck cooking.
Yeah.
This is how we're making money.
Linguini and Remy are just on the street.
They're working the corner. It's like a really bad Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
War of the
This
Worlds.
is Linguini now. Feel old yet?
The fucking critic still has to come by, and he's like, all right, we got to impress this guy. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to make a bad joke.
Probably not.
No, we've probably reached the upper limits of that joke.
Probably.
I'm going to type it in the chat just so you can laugh at it.
Okay. But Hancock was like a good movie. Like, it was alright. I liked it. Again, I think I probably saw it a little too young. Especially with the part where Will Smith takes that girl home and then busts a fat nut and it breaks the trailer.
Yes, yeah, that's hardcore. Yeah, just see that. Yeah.
No!
Yeah, we can't say that.
Oh my god, that's fucked up. Like, there's so many things wrong with that.
I know that fart, Red, because I saw my mic light up.
Yeah, I heard it rumble. I was trying to move past it.
I Am Legend? Come on, fuck.
That's a sad movie. That movie
That's a good movie. I'm going to pass over the number 45 spot, only because it's probably the most influential out of this whole list.
Ooh, now I'm interested to hear it.
Yeah, you are. Night at the Museum. Okay.
Oh,
King Kong. Yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mission Impossible 2. Not good. The Day After Tomorrow. I actually like that disaster movie. It's not the worst one I've ever seen.
Oh, I like The Day After Tomorrow. I thought it was alright.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Madagascar's number 50 spot. Which, that's a good one. Like, the Penguins? Come on, baby.
I love the Penguins. Like, when the movie... Because they made a movie about it, didn't they, the Penguins?
I don't know if they made a movie, but they definitely made a show on, like, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I never watched
Penguins of Madagascar.
They
might have made a movie about them, but I don't remember.
Either way, Penguins are my favorite part of Madagascar.
Yeah, man.
Or like that classic, what is it, the Oh Sugar Honey I Stink?
Oh, Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Iced Tea, that's what it was.
Because he spells out oh shit.
Shit. Yeah, oh shit.
But no, the number 45 spot, are you ready?
Yeah, lay it on me. Oh, I'm so ready.
It's Iron Man. Excuse you. Like, literally, the MCU doesn't happen. Probably, like, the whole landscape changes because the MCU obviously made Disney a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't, like Iron Man is made by Paramount Pictures in partnership with Marvel Studios before they were purchased by Disney.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of profit to be made there. What if it was a bad movie and that just never took off, and then Disney doesn't do anything with Marvel, really?
Ooh. Alternate universe?
Yeah, right? Come on.
I feel like it would have picked up. It would have, at some point,
they're not gonna not, like, pump that well. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Did we talk about
we still got the 2010s.
Yeah.
Shit, we're just going on and on about the 2000s.
I was going to say real quick, I'm not sure, I think we might have, did we talk about Phase 5 of Marvel?
Yes, yeah, when we did the Comic-Con.
Yeah, and how we talked, I don't know, but like it's still
It's
been
packed
sitting
and
on my
it's
head. Yeah, I feel out of it. I feel like I don't know. I don't get as excited anymore.
it's because Tony Stark's dead and you don't know how to deal with that.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh God, the
Because
dog's back.
Moon Knight came out, and I even told you, I said I think Moon Knight might be my new favorite superhero, um, topping Iron Man. So I
Yeah.
was very excited for Moon Knight, and I still am to see what still comes. Um, but yeah, they have just been pumping out a lot, and I do feel left in the
Yeah,
dust.
I think they're working on quality or quantity over quality, and I think they're going to have to. I think they need to get through these next two phases and then slow back down,
Yeah,
like reel it in. Honestly, I hate to say it because I know that they're focused on like making Disney Plus successful, but they need to reel back on some of the shows. Like, pump the brakes, kids. We don't need that many shows. Like, it's a lot to take in.
yeah, it's a lot to take in, and then like you have to watch them. Like you have to watch everything to understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, I'm hard, but
Yep,
it is what
like
it
a
is.
rock. Avengers Endgame, baby. Come on, it's a no-brainer. Highest grossing
Dude.
film of all time.
Mm-hmm.
$2.797 billion.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can't really talk about its impact on pop culture other than to guarantee us the fact that we will have Marvel for the foreseeable future. Like,
Correct.
but with it being the most, like that was 2019, just came out 3 years ago. We won't know the far-reaching impacts culturally.
Mm-hmm.
But do we really need to run through a list of movies that came out in the 2010s?
I mean, why not? But something that just came to my mind. What movie? There could have been a couple different movies. What movie do you think really branched from that gave the idea of the heroes lose? Like the good guy doesn't win. Because in an Infinity War, they do lose.
No.
So I'm curious on what do you think started that? Right? Because
Well, I
it's
mean,
been
we
a thing
talked about it
before.
earlier. We talked about it earlier. The Empire Strikes Back ends on a major cliffhanger
That's
of,
true.
Luke loses his hand. You find out that his fucking dad is the, like, this bad guy that they've been following. Han's frozen in carbonite. Everything's at a downbeat, and you're like, fuck, how are they going to come back from this?
But by golly, they do.
It's a loss, right? And they got to come back from it. I'm sure that's not the first, but that's probably one of the major first ones.
Yeah, yeah.
7, we talked about it just a minute ago. You fucking, like, cuts off Brad Pitt's wife's head. Spoiler alert, Gwyneth Paltrow's head's in the box.
What's in the box?
And, because his punishment is he's rage, right? That's his pride, that's his sin. And he fucking shoots John Doe in the forehead because he's so mad at him. So, kind of proves a point.
That's true.
So it's like, yeah, you might have won there.
But
Yeah, what do you know? So, let's see. What did it cost? Everything. Star Wars The Force Awakens, number 2 spot. Honestly, not a bad, like, re-jump into Star Wars.
yeah, it was the same premise as A New Hope, and they even make the gag at it when Han's
Yeah.
like, "Haven't we already done this?"
Yeah, like, this seems pretty similar.
Yeah. I liked it. I will say
I did
liked it.
too. That was a really good theater experience for me. I got to go see it like opening night at like in the morning with my wife.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was a good experience. A bunch of sweaty nerds, some of them wielding lightsabers, shoulder to shoulder in a fucking BO packed IMAX theater.
Yes.
Fucking the music kicks in, I well up with tears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Avengers Infinity War.
No, I'm just
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I for whatever reason, I can't tell you why, but I specifically remember, and I think it's just something that's always gonna live with me. I remember skipping school to see John Wick 2.
Oh, word.
And I just remember sitting down in the seat, and I went with a buddy, and like the movie started, and like I just zoned in, and I was just so excited to see it.
Word.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, just something.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through the top 50 list, and I'll point out there is a massive amount of Disney
Oh, I imagine.
between Star Wars, Marvel, and then like the live action Disney remakes,
Yeah.
and even some of their animated like Frozen, Incredibles, Frozen 2, fucking let's see here, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3. And then you got some odd
what about
Despicable Me.
Did any of the original Toy Stories? Because I know those came out in the 90s.
I think Toy Story 2 was in the 90s top 50. I must have skipped right over it, but I remember reading the name. No. I don't think Toy Story. Yep, yeah, it is. Boom. I'm just dumb, I guess. Fuck me. It's 29 spot.
I'm surprised that's not higher.
Oh, it was the first of its kind. You know?
That's true.
People weren't all jacked up on we got to go take the kids. Now that the kids know about, the Pixar movies and the parents know about the parents today. Nemo? The parents, Finding Nemo. Come on. Fuck.
Gas.
Let's see. My voice is starting to go on me, so we got to kind of hurry along here. Rogue One.
Oh, dude. Fuck. Rogue One was
Harry
so
Potter
good.
and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 both barely leak in because they both came out in 2010 and 2011.
I haven't seen Part 2. I've seen every single Harry Potter except for Deathly Hallows Part 2. Swear to God.
Most important piece.
Swear to God.
Oh, man. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Not bad, actually. I thought I was going to hate it.
It was good. The second one was I didn't even bother seeing. I liked the first one though. It was good. It was good.
Hey Chris, you want to guess what's at the number 29 spot?
Bofa.
Joker.
Both of these nuts. Oh, Joker's good as fuck.
Secret Life of Pets is number 50.
Is that the one with the koala? No, that's Sing.
That's Sing. Yeah.
I liked Sing.
Secret Life of Pets has Louis C.K. playing a dog. Now Louis C.K. is in trouble because he masturbates in front of people without asking.
Bingo. He's just hanging brain. I don't see the big.
Nope. No.
He
and Remy must be friends.
Him and Linguini.
Linguini's just chilling on the corner. Oh man, but yeah, that's the 2010. It's not as much of it's got a ton of bangers on it, but it's like, have you seen a Marvel movie in the last 12 years? It's on this list.
Yeah.
And you got the odd ones out, like some of the Jurassic Worlds, some of the the Fast and Furious movies for some reason. Just for some reason.
For some reason.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. I'm starting my voice getting pretty weak on me.
Yikes.
Yikers. Couldn't hang,
Yummers.
No, what you think about, kiddo?
I think what you meant to say is, welcome back to Chris's Cryptid Corner. I'm your host, Chris.
I just interrupt you. No, I meant to say which.
Word. Yeah. This week, I wanted to pull up, just because for whatever reason, I've been really getting excited for winter, which never happens. So I wanted to talk about the Abominable Snowman.
Oh, word, yeah, the Yeti.
Yeah, the Yeti. So it says here, the Yeti is an ape-like
Bitchin'
creature.
Cups. No, not a sponsor.
Well, not a sponsor. Is an ape-like creature to inhabit the Himalayan mountain range in Asia and Western popular.
You got it.
In Western pop culture, this creature is commonly referred to as the Abominable Snowman. Many articles have been offered in an attempt to prove its existence of the Yeti, including visual sightings, disputed video recordings, photographs, and plaster casts of the footprints. Some of these some of these are speculated or known to be hoax. But I did see similar entities. Guess what's on there?
Bigfoot.
You guessed it, skunk ape.
Oh fuck. Florida, check you out, baby.
Yeah, I mean, dude. So the description of the Yeti is often described as being a large, ape-like creature that's covered with brown, gray, or white hair, and sometimes deceived as having large, sharp teeth. It was just
described as?
There's an ad. Nope.
Deceived as?
Received.
Oh, okay. Doesn't make sense either.
I don't know, man. It's Wikipedia. Nothing else came up, I swear. But, no, I mean, because this one here, I remember I talked to a buddy. I mean, this was like years ago. I truly do think the Yeti could be real. But instead of, it falls kind of back in the line of where there's smoke, there's fire. I think maybe there could have just been an ape or some sort of, like a monkey or something like that that just made its way up and adapted to the cold weather.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
right. Exactly. It's like, well, I guess I'll chill out here. It's not too bad.
Right, and then going back to what we talked about, especially with like the White River monster, where it's just folklore of like they thought they saw something,
Right. Yeah.
and they just exaggerate it for more extent. But thankfully, with this one, they didn't throw dynamite at fucking mountain
Right,
ranges.
Yeah. Just like, you know what we gotta do. Gotta blow that shit up.
Yeah, let me see here, and then here we go. I have a couple sightings. In 1832, James, I'm gonna butcher this last name,
Probably.
Princeps.
Nailed it.
Bingo.
Whoa.
Has held an account of his experiences in northern Nepal. His local guide spotted a tailed creature covered with long dark hair, which seemed to flee in fear. And then as well as Trekker B. Hodgkins?
Hodgkins?
No.
How's it spelled?
Hodggson?
Hodgson, maybe?
Hodgson?
Yeah.
Was with him as well in 1899, and he recorded footprints. And then they both
You said,
concluded...
damn, that's some big feet.
Yeah, and they both concluded that it was an orangutan.
Oh, okay.
So again, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then
like, it's another large ape.
It's just a large ape that just adapted. Which, like I said, I strongly believe that could be the case. Now, if there are any out there, that's kind of up in the air, like in current day. But I mean, there could be, right? I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah.
And then in 1925, N.A. Tambazi, a photographer and a member of the Royal Geographical Society, writes that he saw a creature about 15,000 feet, which is 4,600 meters, near the Zimu Glacier. Tambazi later wrote that he observed the creature from about 200 to 300 yards, which is 180 to 270 meters, for about a minute. Unquestionably, the figure and the outline was exactly like a human being, walking upright and stopping occasionally to pull some dwarf... I don't know.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's dwarf...
Pull some dwarf?
Rhododendron?
Okay.
Which is a plant.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna just start calling it that from now on. I'm gonna go pull some dwarf.
It showed up dark against the snow, and as far as I could make out, wore no clothes. I mean, I'm not either, so who could blame him?
Call me the skunk ape, you know?
About 2 hours later, Tambazi and his companions descended the mountain and saw the creature's prints and described them as similar in shape to those of a man, but only 6 to 7 inches long and 4 inches wide. The prints were undoubtedly those of an ape. And then
He just looks at it and is like, yeah, that's an ape foot.
Yeah. And then I have one more here. I mean, because
How can you tell? And he goes, look at it.
Look at it. I mean, and these things go on. There's the one, I'll read one more, but there's the sightings in 53, 54, another one in 54, and then there was one, 57, 1960, 1970, 1961, and then 1983, and then, there's still some to this day. One in 2004, one in 2008, 2011, 2019. Actually, I kind of want to read that one. In April 2019, an Indian Army mountaineering expedition team claimed to have spotted mysterious Yeti footprints measuring about 81 by 83 centimeters, which is 32 by 15 inches, near
Yes, baby, you got it.
Makalu base camp.
Makalu camp, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's still sightings to this day, which just again goes
To
back
this day!
To this day! Which still just goes back to, like I said, I think there could be, the Yeti still could be out there. But the final one I'll read is, in 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay reported to see
Okay.
large footprints while scaling Mount Everest. Hillary would later discount the Yeti reports are unreliable in his first autobiography. Tenzing said that he believed that the Yeti was a large ape, and although he had never seen it himself, his father had seen one twice, but in his second autobiography, he said he'd become much more skeptical about its existence. So, I mean, it just sounds like they were hunting him, couldn't find him because the Yeti's getting smart, and he's like, it's not real because I can't see
Yeah, it
it.
must not be real, yeah.
It's like, or it's just adapting and getting smarter.
It's just smarter than you.
But, I mean, yeah, this is one I do strongly believe in, that I think it could be real. Not necessarily a cryptid per se, but just I would believe that it's just an orangutan that's that adapted to the cold winters or the cold weather.
Yeah, or it's like, it's no longer an orangutan. It's a different, offshoot, but it's an orangutan adjacent,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see it.
I've also, side note, stepping away from Chris's cryptid corner.
Cryptozoology.
Yeah. Do you think I could become a cryptologist?
Cryptozoologist?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll see if I can get that degree. I
feel
like that's something I pass. I've really been thinking about The Boys nonstop, dude. I burnt through 2 seasons. I mean, and they're like hour-long episodes. I think they're like 8 to 12 episodes a season. 8. And they're like an hour long. And I mean, I burnt through that shit in like 4 days.
Word. There you go.
I mean, I don't even think it's possible, but I was just burning through.
I mean, the math checks out.
But I'm on season 3 right now. I'm still early in it, but dude, you gotta see it. It's so fucking good, and when you think it can't get better, it does. And just the character growth, just for all of them, is just phenomenal, and very gory, very raunchy humor, but it's just all so fitting.
Yeah, it all feels right.
But yeah, that show's so fucking good, and like it's got no right. And I think about it a lot at work when I'm just sitting there and
taking a deuce.
Dude, dude,
ain't nothing better than a work poop. Like,
yeah, that's just it's a fundamental.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the classic saying? My boss makes $1, I make a dime.
I make a dime. That's why I bid on company time. Yeah,
on company time. But yeah, I've just been thinking about that a whole lot. I think I mentioned in the past, I started playing the Uncharted series. I think I beat the first one. Yeah, I started the second one, and then I just put it down because I started watching The Boys. But
dude, that intro on the train, fuck,
it's so good, so good. You gotta climb everything.
Gas or
pass.
Gas.
Another game I really do want to play is Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played a little bit of the first one, but I would like to go through, have like a solid playthrough, and I hear the second one's very good.
Very good. That's what I'm hearing too. I gotta get in there.
Yeah. But what have you been thinking about?
I mean, I want to watch a bunch more TV, but like, I've got to have time. I gotta make it like a priority in some way,
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta find the balance between like, I gotta watch TV, but still having fun. Or it's not like a chore where I'm like, damn, I didn't watch my TV today. I'm a failure, right?
I'm not gonna lie. That's, I hate to sound like a broken record, but that's kind of how it feels like with Marvel lately. Like with Moon Knight, I
was telling you what I was thinking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm fucking with you. Damn. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
No, I was gonna say that's how I felt with Moon Knight. Like, I really did enjoy watching Moon Knight, but especially with like Miss Marvel. I mean, it was a terrific show. Don't get me wrong, but it did feel more like a chore just because how much is out now.
Yeah. But no, like I'm hearing that Severance, which is on Apple TV Plus, is like an excellent show apparently.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so it's let me pull up the cast because I was kind of in the same boat where I hadn't heard of it until like I was gonna say something stupid. I was like, I haven't heard of it until I heard about it. But it's kind of like a
yeah, that is how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah, math checks out there, bub. Let me pull it up here. Severance. It's got Adam Scott, It's got Adam Scott, who is he's Derek in Step Brothers, and he's in fucking
Parks and Rec.
Yep, that's the one. Yep. But yes, you got the synopsis here says Mark leads a team of office workers whose memories have been surgically divided between their work lives and their personal lives. When a mysterious colleague appears outside of work, it begins a journey to discover the truth about their jobs.
Ooh.
And it's created by Ben Stiller, I believe.
Whenever I think of Ben Stiller, all I ever think about is Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah. So I somewhat misspoke. So it's not created by him. It's created by someone named Dan Erickson, but it's like 6 of the 9 episodes have been directed by Ben Stiller.
Why does that name sound so familiar? What
That's
else?
I'm getting ready to look here. Dan Erickson. Let's see. Severance. Nothing. Like he's got a single writer credit and a single producer credit, and they're both for Severance.
That name sounds super familiar.
Yeah, it does. Because I did the same thing. Apparently, it's like really good on IMDb where I pulled up that synopsis and stuff. It's got a 8.7.
Oh shit!
And yeah, and I kind of like that idea, and it's classified as drama, mystery, sci-fi, and yeah, the idea of like, well, obviously there's some critique of like modern work there of like separating life and work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I like Adam Scott a lot. I've seen him do some dramatic stuff, so I'm kind of interested to see some more of that with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Ben Stiller is a really good director. And you figure he directed Tropic Thunder, and then he directed what is it? The Wonderful Walter Schmitty or something like that.
Oh, The Secret Life of Walter.
Yeah, Secret Life of Walter Schmitty.
Walter Mitty.
Mitty, not Schmitty. But yeah, so like I want to. That's a good movie.
I was gonna say it was a good book too.
Yeah. So I want to watch Severance because that sounds like something up my alley, Mm-hmm. But then obviously, like you were just talking, I keep hearing how good The Boys is, and I really want to watch it. I need to finish Better Call Saul, like we talked about earlier. I'm a little bit further ahead than you are, but not but like maybe 8 episodes. And it's just wrapping up this week.
That's something I'm just gonna have to sit down, like just sit naked, put some fucking wet socks on or something, and just binge it.
Yeah, because like we had talked about, like we were watching it together, but now trying to organize everything together, we won't watch it fast enough.
Yeah,
because we watched all of Breaking Bad together. Well, I'd seen it like 4 times prior.
Yeah, and then
I watched it through with you.
Which coincidentally, by the time we finished it, El Camino came out. I remember that night. That was we timed that. Fun.
That was a good time.
That was so much fun. Yeah, well, we finished Breaking Bad, and then we had like
4 hours maybe, because we had to wait for the West Coast.
Oh, yeah, because originally when we finished it, we thought it was going to come out in like 30 minutes, and we're like, perfect. We can go do whatever, get a drink, get something to
get
eat,
a snack,
shit. Right, and then we'll come back, and we came, when we realized, we got like 4 hours still, so we took a power nap.
Yeah, that was good.
That's good shit.
Just in general, I've got a lot of TV to watch, and I'm kind of in a similar boat to where you were of like, I don't know how to prioritize my time and watch what I want to watch. And then the things that we kind of have to watch for the podcast, like She-Hulk premieres soon, so it's like it's just a never-ending battle.
And there's just been like movies that we've talked about that we've wanted to see. Like we talked about like Bullet Train. We wanted to go see Lightyear, but just like there's just so much shit coming out. Yeah, we do have to kind of prioritize what we want to do.
Yeah, and then it turns into like I heard middling to bad things about both of those, and there's so much stuff to see that I'm like, well, I don't know that I want to go waste my time on something I'm not.
And it's like, because, my buddy Matt at work, sorry if I just exposed you like that. My buddy Matt at work, he said that he
buddy
saw
Matt
Lightyear.
is like, I didn't know we were buddies,
No, we're cool, I hope.
We're tight.
He said it was really good, though. So that's the thing, is like, it's
said Lightyear was really good, or Bullet Train?
Lightyear. He said Lightyear was good.
Yeah.
Another show, before I forget, that I hear is super good is Westworld.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything too much about
Aaron
it.
Paul's in the 3rd season and the 4th.
That's what I was just about to say. Is I found out that Aaron Paul is in the newer season, so it gives me a little more like oomph to go watch it because I really enjoy Aaron Paul's. But like I've hit a point where I'll come home, I like won't talk to anybody, and I'll just watch shows.
Yeah.
And like I'll do that for. I mean, I've been doing that for like I feel like the past week. It feels, and then on my days off, those are the days that I'll go do shit.
You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? Here's what we'll do. Are you listening?
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
So, depending on how our
All of my
schedules
holes
work
are
out,
listening.
all of my holes are open and ready. I will listen, or I'll watch all of The Boys. I'll catch up to you, right? We'll watch that. Done. Check. Gone.
Check,
Off my
check.
plate. Then we will, I'll do that separately from you. You can watch something else that you're wanting to watch, and then
I still have to finish The Boys.
And then we can together watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
So
I'll
that way
catch
it's
up on.
not a.
You tell me
that
what
way it's
episode
not
you're
a-
at,
Yeah.
and
I think
I'll
I'm on
catch up to there.
Season 5, episode 2.
Okay.
Write that down.
Season 5, episode 2, like a steel trap, baby.
Yeah. So, yeah, because then what we can do is, all right, cool, now we're caught up together. We can watch it all together. And that way you don't have to feel like I come home, I disappear, I watch TV.
Yeah.
We can
'cause, like,
disappear and watch TV together.
I have friends that, they'll be like, what
don't
are you
know
doing?
if you're alive or not. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I got a buddy who texted me today, and, like, in a blue moon, and he was like, hey, man, how you doing? And I was like, good. He was like, I just haven't heard from you.
Back to The Boys. Hey, man, how you doing? The Boys.
The boys. And it sucks because like I don't have too many people to talk to about The Boys. Like
Right.
Morgan and I talk about it every so often.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a whole lot of my friends have seen The Boys, which is very unfortunate because I feel like it's up a lot of my friends' alley. And it's not a show that's being slept on either. I feel like I see so many fucking memes about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what's going on
Dog.
with that.
Go, dog, leave. Scram.
I got my dogs out.
These dogs is grabbing. All right, that's it, baby.
Well, I
thank
was
you
gonna
guys.
say-
Go ahead.
Do we want to talk
You got
about
in there.
next week?
I've got it in here. Don't worry.
All right.
It's mixed in here. So, again, we want to thank you guys so much for your attention and support. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a great review. Tell your friends about it. Obviously, share us on social media. Word of mouth's a really big endorsement for us.
Tell your sister. Tell your mama.
They're coming for you.
We're in
Chris,
town.
if people want to get in touch with us, give us some feedback, ask us questions, recommend more TV for us to panic about, how would they do that?
So you can always reach out to us at simplywhelmedmailbag@gmail.com. You can also take a look at our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, which is all Simply Whelmed Podcast. And then, of course, our Twitter handle is whelmed_simply.
That's right. Now, next week, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. Mr.
I'm
Chris
getting
here,
kicked
he's going to be out of town. No, you're leaving.
No, don't let them deceive you.
Chris will be out of town when our normal recording / editing
state.
window rolls. Yeah, he'll be straight up not in this state. And so he has allowed someone to step in to take his place for the week.
And who is that person? Or do we
So
wanna
you and
leave
I
the
talked
mystery?
it out. No. You and I talked it about, and we decided that we're going to let my wife Morgan take a crack at the Chris's co-pilot seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just kind of see how it goes. We aren't sure really yet what topic we're going to be doing, but it's going to be a fun little change up, I think, and it'll really test my patience and my resolve. It's one thing for me to have to tell you to like sit up straight and stop yawning, but like for me to have to tell her to like, all right, don't you forget, like, you're just filling in. Like, this ain't your show. You know what I mean? Like, I have to, because I can see it. She's going to get that microphone in front of her and get drunk with power. She's going to think it's the Morgan show.
The Morgan show.
I'm going to spend most of next week going, all right, let's try and keep it moving. And she's just going to be screaming. She's going to be freaking out.
Don't you fucking tell me what to do.
Or she'll seize up. She'll get stage fright.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think that would happen with Morgan.
I don't either. No, I don't see her getting stage fright. I see her being a freak that I have to reel in. Get the blow dart on her, you know? Take the shot. All right. But yeah, and so I guess it's kind of like a dry run for when you get fired.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Wait, what?
Shoot it. Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for listening. We'll see you next Wednesday. That's the end of the show, Chris. Everybody, bye.
Bye.
No, but for real though, like if she does really well, if the numbers go up, it might be gone, bub.
Yeah, that's all right.
I can live with that.